Hey, this is Kyle with Neulight. I just want to walk you through the installation of the Neulight for the buffer. So this light is going to fit most buffers with an 8-inch motor housing. I've got the Epic and the RS16. I'm going to just walk you through on these. And then most other buffers are going to be similar as far as the installation style. So we'll start with the Epic. The first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and remove these 3 screws from the weight plate. And this will lift right off the top. You're going to leave this metal plate on, and then go ahead and take your Neulight, and it's got a lot of different holes here that are going to match this 3-hole pattern. So you can see there's a pretty standard 3-hole pattern on most buffers, and what you're going to do is just go ahead and match that up, and then wherever you want the most light. So there's 5 lights around the whole perimeter of the Neulight. Since the buffer cuts on the right, I usually position it so that this furthermost light is a little bit towards the back, and then just kind of line it up and go ahead and bolt it down. Now in your installation bag you should have 2 sets of different size screws, one set that's 1 3/4 and one that's 1 1/2. For the Epic you're going to use the 1 3/4. So once you get the Neulight aligned and where you want it, just go ahead and take your weight stack plate, put it back on, and line it up in the same spot where you're going to have your holes. And then you're going to go ahead and drop those down and screw it in to those 3 spots. And as far as the wiring, I've already removed the Epic light, the one that comes stock on the machine from here, and taken the wires, and what you're going to do is cut off the connectors and then use these 2 posi lock twist connectors that I've supplied in your installation kit. Go ahead and tie it in. The ground you don't need for the light, so you can go ahead and just snip that one off and leave it. And then if you want to, wrap some tape or something around these, you can. You don't really have to. These posi locks are pretty good. They lock and they hold tight if they're installed correctly. And then that's it. You can go ahead and plug in your Epic and you're good to go. Plenty of light around the machine. Now the RS16, you're going to use the same light. It's going to be the Neulight that comes with just the bare wire. On this one, you're going to go ahead and remove this outer shroud. And when you do, you take those 3 screws out, remove the outer shroud, and there's going to be 2 screws here holding this plate cover. You're going to take these screws off and take that plate cover off, and inside you'll find 2 wire nuts. And then you're going to go ahead and just take the leads from your Neulight and then wire them in directly into these 2 wire nuts. And then if you look here, you can see there's a slot right here where your wire from the Neulight can feed in. So just go ahead and trim the wire to the length you need to be able to get that wire in there. This one's a little bit too long still, it needs to be cut. But to get that wire in there, and then just into that nestled into there. And then the same as the Epic, you're gonna wanna spin this, go ahead and turn it on and figure out where you like the light to shine the best, how you want it dispersed. Now on the RS16, the power comes to the buffer only when you turn the buffer on, because there is no secondary supply for the light like the Epic. So the light for the RS16 is only going to come on when you're buffing. Now we also sell the Neulight for buffers with a direct cord. So if you have the DC 1600 or the Bona Flexi Sand, you can just go ahead and take this, use the center mount screw on the top of your buffer, and you can plug it right into the back on the Flexi Sand or the DC 1600 or any other buffer that has a plug port in the back here. And that's it. Pretty straightforward. If you have any questions, you can always email me. Just reach out to me on our website, www.neulights.com. Thanks.